When I tell you that I cannot scroll twice on my For You page on TikTok without seeing some kind of book recommendation. I read It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover, and it's really good. If you read It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover, please message me on Instagram. I need someone to rant to about this book. It's currently August. It's like the last few days of August, and I thought that it'd be fun if I shared with you guys some of the books that I want to read in September. So like my TBR, I guess, TBR, my to be read. And these are all like TikTok books because TikTok is literally the only place that I get recommendations now. I'm rambling way too much that I forgot to introduce myself. I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Paula. Let's just get started. So I have a list of 10 different books that are recommended to me by TikTok that I would like to read in September. Now 10 is kind of a big number considering that I just started reading this month in August. But I was like, you know what, why not? Why not challenge myself? I really want to be able to like read at least 7 of these books on the list today. Since the reason I got into reading in the first place was because of a Colin Hoover book, I just feel compelled and just like, I just have to read another Colin Hoover book. The very first book I want to read in September is a book by Colin Hoover, and it is Ugly Love. I was on TikTok and this book got recommended a lot. I'm gonna read the quick synopsis of the book real quick. Okay, I'm like so excited to read this book right now. It just sounds like it's giving very much friends with benefit type thing that grows into something more than that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like so excited to read it. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little bit of a wrap up of It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover. So I just finished reading the book this morning and I thought I would do like a little, you know, review, but like without spoilers, because I know that some of you men have not read the book and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But that is the very first like romance book that I've read in a long time. Okay, a little background on me. I read, but I read nonfiction books. That's the kind of person that I am, and I've never really seen myself as a fiction person. So this is like the very first fiction book that I've read, and I want to say that it was a pretty good book. I would rate it like a 4 out of 5. I feel like Colin Hoover is a really good author. I really enjoy her storytelling abilities and the way she writes. Her writing style is so brilliant and it's really good. And apparently she doesn't really write to educate people, she writes to entertain. And she says that this book was written to educate people about, you know, the content of the book. I'm not going to disclaim what the book is about, but the content of the book, I'm going to try and give a quick synopsis of the book without like spoiling it. It's kind of like a love triangle between a girl and 2 guys. There's like flashbacks about like her childhood and about the trauma she faced, about her parents, about what went on in her childhood, and just like how like her childhood experiences and like her childhood trauma really affected like her decisions as an adult. And I think that really helped to shape her as a person. I will have to say that this book is very mature. There's a lot of, you know, spiciness. As far as some positives in this book, I like that it was pretty fast paced. I was able to read it in like a day, which is pretty good. I really like the way Colin Hoover like initiates flashbacks in the book without it being like confusing. Yeah, I would say for the hype that it's been like hyped up on social media, it's like I would say it's worth the hype to an extent. I've heard some people say that they cried while reading the book. Trust me, I am an emotional person. Like, I'm emotional, but I did not cry reading the book. It wasn't that emotional to where I would cry. Like, I had parts where I was like sad and like I wish something else had happened, but I was like, I felt for the characters a lot, but it was to the point where I was crying. Like, it wasn't all that. So like, that part is kind of like not like accurate to the hype it was given. And yeah, that is a little like my little rant about reading this book. The next book is One of Us is Lying, and she is the same author of this book, and I like this book a lot. It is a mystery thriller. I was already so hooked into reading this book that I'm sure I'm gonna like this one. So the next book is also by Karen, and it is One of Us is Next. So apparently this is a sequel to One of Us is Lying, and I just thought that it made sense to read this one after I read One of Us is Lying. Super excited to read that. Alright, the next book I want to read is also by Colin Hoover, and it is November 9. This is also a TikTok recommended book, so I have a good feeling about this one. So excited. The next one is also a Colin Hoover book. As you can see, I'm obsessed with this author. And from what she gave to me in It Ends With Us, I have very high expectations for her books now. So like, I want to read all of them. All of them. The next one is Variety by Colin Hoover. So very excited to read this book. I'm just gonna do like a whole series on like me just reading Colin Hoover books because I'm obsessed with her. Like the emotion that she gave me from reading It Ends With Us is I need that back. It's so good. I'm gonna read this one that I've also seen a lot on TikTok called The Love Hypothesis by Hallie Hazelwood. I think I might like read this first this next month. Right, the next book is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This one is also a highly recommended book on TikTok, and I'm like super excited to add this to my TBR for September. It's been really highly raved about on TikTok, so I have, you know, good expectations for it. All right, next book is in a book series that I plan. So after I'm done reading It Ends With Us, I'm going to read this one, and then after I'm done reading that, I'm going to read The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. She has 2 other books in her series. It's Not Summer Without You and We'll Always Have Summer. So I'm going to read both of those books in September. So as far as It's Not Summer Without You, this book is basically a series / sequel to the other book, and I'm going to read both of them. And there's actually a movie on The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've been waiting on watching the movie because personally I like to read the book version first before I watch the movie, because I like to picture like how it's gonna look and then watch it to see how I pictured it, because watching it first, it's just like it just spoils everything for me, and I don't enjoy it as good as when I read the book first and then watch the movie. So I'm gonna do that. And the last and final book is also a popular TikTok book. It's called We Were Liars by Elog Hart. This book has also been very highly raved about on TikTok, and I'm also very excited to read this. Cannot wait to read that book. Alright guys, so those are all the books that I plan on reading in September, which is in just a few days. I'm really excited to start my reading journey, and I'm more excited to share on this channel. I don't know how this video is going to perform on my channel because I've never created a book video before, but I don't really care because I would create this video regardless of whether or not I got views or not. But I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if you were interested in like book videos and just like, you know, book talk, booktube in general, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. I'm sure you love it here. I have so much more book videos planned in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.